Hey guys, welcome to Money Mindset and More. And today I'm going to continue with my thoughts on how you can do industry analysis to come up with business ideas. And today I'm going to cover some of the tools and resources which you can use to do a proper industry analysis. I'm going to use some of the theoretical concepts which you have to deploy in your methodology or the process which you are following for analysis, and I'm pretty sure that it will be very helpful for you. The first method is Potter's five forces model. In this model, you have five steps and you have to figure out in each steps where your industry is falling. First, you have to find and access your competition. You have to see the supplier power in the industry. You have to see the buyer power in the industry. You have to see what are the threats of substitutes in the industry and what are the threats for new entrants. So anything which is easier for somebody to do, you will have consequences on your own business ideas. For example, if your industry requires a high cost to enter, then the new entrant will in those industries will be very less. For example, oil and refinery. You will never find a company which is suddenly come up with a startup idea to dig oil in Pacific Ocean. It will never happen. So very high cost to enter. You will never find that is good business model if you don't have a huge capital support. At the same time, supplier power. So if you don't have a constant supplying from China and other sources, your low cost to product to consumer will be always high. Classic example is Walmart. They have mastered their supply chain, and that's why they are keep expanding their stores while others are not able to sustain their stores in US and continue closing it. So those are the threats and areas you have to analyze in Potter's five forces model. It can be anything based upon your industry. Next, you have to do the PESTLE analysis, which is you have to evaluate your industry on political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors and how it is going to influence your industries. So, another example is in US, new administration is going to come. They will have a direct impact on import export tariffs. They will have direct impact on financial industry. So what are these are political influences. Similarly, they might have retaliation from suppliers and countries, and then it will become a trade war based upon technology or supply. You have to analyze how your business idea is going to impacted by these things in next 5, 10, or 20 years. 4 years will be very less, so 5 years will be very less. You have to see how it will be performing against those political changes in next 20 years. If you are able to find it is neutral, well and good to go. Last tool you have to do is market gap analysis. You have to compare what customers are getting today against what expectations they have, and then you can fulfill those gaps to come up with some business ideas. Examples are multiples, Instacart, or Uber, Airbnb. All those are classic example of market needs unfulfilled, and then they find the idea very worth and they pursued it to make a unicorn and things like that. I would cover three examples who has done very good analysis to come up with their business ideas, and you can research them more to understand how they did it. The first one is Tesla. So Tesla has identified very early that sustainable vehicle and sustainable energy is going to be a push from governments as well as various authorities across the board, and it will be a very profitable business if they can come up with some electric vehicles which will be designer, affordable, and inspirational as well. And that's how they have come up with so many products over the years. And currently They are undisputed leader of EV in United States. Second one is Airbnb. They have identified that in the accommodation industry, it is very hard to find a home-like accommodation at a cheaper price. So they founded Airbnb to utilize unused homes and rooms to get a better competition or better service for customers. And that's how Airbnb was born. Last example is Zoom. Before Zoom, there were many platforms which were doing video streaming, like Skype. I think Google was also present before Zoom. But their user experience, their simplicity, and all those things are very, very complex. Google today even have a very complex, if you want to share a screen and things like that. Zoom simplified all those problems and gave a super user experience, and which was more accelerated during remote work concept, and which is not going to go away in near future. So they have a very sustainable business model for years to come. But they must have done all those analyses long back and figured out what might be the trigger from them, so that they can make good money out of their business ideas, and they must have been proven right in all those scenarios. There are many companies who has gone wrong also, but those will not be our point of discussion. We are thinking to find out what is the best way to utilize these tools. In next final section of industry analysis, I will cover some of the tips and recommendation from my side which you can use, and then we can move on to the next section where we will analyze further what can be other ways to generate business ideas. Please like, share, and comment, and thank you for your continuous support. Bye bye.